The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Heat in Miami. For the Heat, they can't have any complaints about the way they've started the new season. They're 4-1 coming into the sixth game and have looked very, very sharp. And in today's game, size and reach are at a premium. Shaq, Hassan Whiteside, while standing on the floor, can grab the rim with both hands.
Wow. Whiteside led the league in block shots in 2016. Ernie, he averaged more blocks in the league than we have seen in 15 years.
What? 15 years?
Wow.
Wow, that's impressive. But physically, he has all the tools, Ernie. And that, being able to stand and touch the rim without jumping, for him, it's all about mental now. He has the physical tools.
Look at me, though. I'm sitting in a chair and got the rim with both hands.
No,
What's the big deal?
Okay.
What's the big deal?
Because that
What
rim
is the big deal?
rim is 3
You know
feet
what I'm gonna
tall.
do one
What
day,
is the
Ernie?
big deal? What are you going to do one day?
I'm going to call Joel and tell him to put Elevator Ernie inside this game so people can see your hops.
That would be good.
It really would be
That
good.
would be good. Can I put my arms down now?
Yes.
Is the rim still there?
Yes.
On the road looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Chicago Bulls are ready for this thing to get started. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Craig Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. Bobby Portis, guys, still injured and unable to play.
Yeah, they're very happy to know that he'll be back on the court soon. But I'll be interested to see how it affects the team chemistry when he does ultimately come back. They've got a good thing going right now, and they've been playing excellent basketball without him.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, Paul George has made a reputation as a dynamic two-way player. He said you can dominate a game in so many ways. That's always been my mindset. I just go out there and ball. Kevin, back to you.
Well, you love that versatility, D.A. Thank you. Tonight, two great backcourts facing off. Brent, how often do you get caught up in a showdown with another guard?
Well, for me, it didn't happen all that much, Kevin, unless I was playing John Barry. Now I got fired up.
I get you.
I think it's amazing when you have these matchups during the regular season and you look at maybe the rhythm of some of these guys coming into the game. Elite point guards, they have the ball in their hands. Sometimes they get caught up in that mano-a-mano duel. And as a two guard or somebody else playing with that player, it's really fun to watch.
You got to check yourself, though, don't you? You got to stay within the bounds.
Oh, there's no doubt that you still want to win the basketball game, but there are moments and minutes where their talent takes over, and that's when the show begins.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And it's Durant in at the small forward position.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Passes it to Markkanen. Kicks it to Carter. Pass to Durant. 6 to shoot. Over Whiteside. And it's Durant missing. It's Richardson on the wing. Guarded by Levine. Richardson the pass to Adebayo. Oladipo outside. Tipped away. Overdone. Oladipo misses.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. They're not going to miss those all that often.
And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. That one goes in.
Even when Richardson's getting knocked around a little bit, he can still finish, especially when he's going straight to the rim.
Durant kicks to Carter. Outside, Levine. Dunn outside. Just 5 on the clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Oladipo with the block.
And the athleticism of Oladipo, woo, flying off the ground and throwing that one away.
George, no good.
And a little frustration now, missing on the catch and flush.
Yeah, sometimes the easy play is the right play. You take a chance when you go for that big finish.
Now, here's George. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago. Back to Whiteside. And the jam by Whiteside.
That's the man you want running into the pick and roll. It's Paul George at the helm. He's got the ball and makes a great play.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Well, PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. And that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
Here is Durant, following the score by Miami, trying to end the drought, and he hits the jumper for 2.
KD defines efficient catch-and-shoot players. Perfectly timed there. Great rhythm off the pass.
Richardson the pass to Adebayo. And George kicks to Oladipo. Shoots from 14. Rebound by the Bulls. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Now here's Durant. 32 points for him last game against Miami.
And you could tell the defense was really nervous dribbling or passing the ball anywhere near him in that one. He took advantage of their indecisiveness continually throughout the night, racking up 3 steals.
First quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Over Dunn.
And really, Dunn plays with a real edge on D, staking his territory and showing off his impressive reach.
Durant, the pass to Dunn. Fader on the way. And Durant gets it to go. The assist from Dunn.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, this is also one of those things where you start to think about how you're going to change your defense already. If at all possible, make someone else beat you.
Here is Whiteside. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket, and he makes that one. George has got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, Paul George on the inside, comfortable knowing where he can get to, just tries to find a sliver of room in order to get that shot off.
Levine kicks to Durant. And there's the pass to Dunn. Down to 5 on the shot clock. In transition, here comes Miami. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Paul George dunk contest? Maybe a little over, but I love to see him get up.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Dunn passes to Markkanen. Back to Dunn. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And a long way to go, Brett, but there are some early signs of a legitimate playoff contender, championship contender.
When we talk about that, Kevin, you and I always are leery of the fact of how many of these guys have had the experience of being scarred up in the early rounds of the playoffs, having to advance or beat a team that's proven before. Right now, there are some teams out there that are raising our eyebrows where we think they're going to have an opportunity. If they keep growing like this and they keep finding this type of consistency, they could be dangerous.
You'd like to think they're going to use those scars, as you say, from the past and motivate them even more.
Well, those are the teams who we believe can always take the next step.
Sure.
It's the young teams that are unproven, even though they're playing well, where we sometimes wonder, will they be able to maintain this kind of focus come playoff time?
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And Dunn does a little bit of everything out there. Scores the ball, distributes it well, and also pounds the glass aggressively.
Now, here's Oladipo. He picked up 24 points in their last one against the Bulls in Chicago.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Right side, good.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, they were just pounded on the inside, particularly on that backboard. That was a huge disadvantage for them.
Well, the only way to compensate for getting out-rebounded as much as they did is to shoot about 99% from the floor. Haven't seen that happen.
Winslow's checked in for the Heat. Wade comes in for Josh Richardson. Durant on the jam by Kevin Durant.
No better way to fire up your teammates. Durant showing good athleticism on the Monster Jam.
Wade finds Whiteside. Pass to Oladipo. Wade with it. Now guarded by Valentine. Oh, Whiteside in position. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
As soon as that pass was released, Whiteside's eyes lit up, and he finishes that off with some style.
Now here's Valentine. Wade is covering. Six on the shot clock. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Whiteside. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Bulls trail by 6. Covered by Winslow. The dish to Durant. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Now here's Wade. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Well, Brent, the Heat with an experienced front office and one of the best young coaches in the league in Erik Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spo has done a remarkable job. Tremendous amount of respect around the league for the way that Erik Spoelstra goes about his business, the way he handled the title runs and all those personalities and those dynamics. He has been fantastic and will coach in Miami for as long as he wants to. The way he goes about it is pride, work, and respect for anybody that walks through those locker room doors.
That free throw good from George.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
Good by Winslow. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And he waited for the last possible minute to get that one off. Made a sick adjustment right before he let it go.
And George kicks to Winslow. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Bulls trail by 6. Here's Melton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Stolen by Wade. Here's Oladipo. Lays it up and banks it in.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Pass to Valentine. Out to the wing. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. No problems knocking that one down. 5 points in the game. The Heat leading by 5. And here's George. 6 points for him. Shoots from the line. Kevin Durant with the rebound. The Bulls have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Here's Melton. Softly drops in the floater.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Bulls.
Man, you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Here's Wade. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Wade dishes to Oladipo. Outside, George. To the paint. Here's Wade. The shot's good on the assist by George. And the Heat lead by 3.
As soon as Wade gets the ball that close to the basket, he's going to take advantage of weak defense and score.
Now, here's Valentine. He's guarded closely. Back to Durant. Stolen by George. At the elbow, it's Whiteside. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Whiteside at his size is a super tough cover for the defense, which is why they resort to fouling.
Hassan Whiteside, a max player for the Miami Heat. But I've heard some analysts say, Brent, that they question whether he's a Miami Heat type of player. Why is that?
Well, the Heat are built around a pretty much maniacal work ethic. There's a lot of grinders. And you look at Whiteside as a draft prospect. He worked out for the Heat and actually walked out midway through a workout. Yet they stuck with him. They kept tabs on him. And they brought him in. And they've paid him handsomely to be out there and be impactful. That's got to be on a nightly basis.
Nurkic checked in for the Heat. King comes in for Victor Oladipo. Both good from the line that time. The G League is testing out more ways to speed up the game. Shorter overtime periods, a 14-second shot clock after an offensive rebound. I think those are necessary things.
I think they're worth trying out, Kevin. I don't know necessarily that they're necessary. Is that redundant?
No,
it might have been.
It makes sense when you say it.
But the league always exploring ways to improve the game, and I commend Adam Silver and the competition committee for trying.
Winslow kicks to Wade. Here's King. Here's Whiteside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Chris Dunn picks one up.
And that's what you want to do with Whiteside, feeding him the ball in the paint where he makes the defense collapse.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And last season, he was a 70% free throw shooter, something I'm sure he'd like to improve.
The first one falls.
Big hands, long arms, huge frame of Whiteside. It just makes him a dominant shot blocker, a huge rim protector, and a very good rebounder.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Dunn passes to Markkanen. Back to Dunn. Over Wade. And the Bulls with another miss. The Heat leading by 7. Here's King. Markkanen pulls it in.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
We've got 1:23 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Levine. Just 5 to shoot. Over Winslow. Levine can't hit.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Levine against King. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Just a great attack mentality. Got right through the defense to finish strong inside.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Levine against Winslow. They need this. Bucket is good. He's got 7.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
King, the pass to Nurkic. Now Winslow. He kicks to Wade. And then Wade slams it in.
And that's just vintage Dwayne Wade right there. Nice flush.
Levine deciding where to go with it. Tries it from the top of the key, and no good on the last second attempt this time.
Winslow with a stellar effort on defense there. That shot attempt was not easy.
It's been all about Hassan Whiteside for Miami. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
You just start to wonder, how did we get to this score at the end of 1? I think those steals really established momentum in their favor.
They've got Adebayo, D-Wade out there with King. And it's Justice Winslow, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Here's Melton. He's off from 17 feet.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
A nice shot by Winslow.
As soon as Wade looks up and sees his teammate all alone, simple pass, throws it ahead, uncontested J.
To the left wing. Now here's Valentine. Covered by Winslow. To the inside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Brent, we've got great dunkers now, but you played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself.
Too kind. Here's the money. Kevin, I think about those old, and we remember these, the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still
Sean Kemp.
Oh, so fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top. MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
And he sinks the second. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Wade outside. Ball stolen. And here's the fast break. Here's Melton. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, what a nice play. Just a coast-to-coaster by himself off of that steal.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
Heat leading by 7. King, the pass to Nurkic. Winslow kicks to Wade. tipped. King with the steal. Down low. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Saturday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. Then on Monday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And when you look at that Pacers matchup, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
And he can't get the first one.
And head coach Erik Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
That one misses. And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
So it's Miami now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago.
And the mid-range jump shot is something Dwayne Wade has really perfected throughout his career.
Milton passes to Valentine. And the rebound by Nurkic. The Heat leading by 7. Now here's Wade. Can't hit from 12.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
Melton's shot is good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Wade. And it's blocked. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Holiday with the ball. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Denzel Valentine, another tough, high IQ player, Greg, out of Michigan State.
Yeah, 4-year player for the Spartans. He knows how to play the game of basketball and has the versatility to impact the game in a variety of ways.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Wade kicks to Nurkic. Back to Wade. That's good, and that evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
That's just better offense from Dwayne Wade, trumping the defense.
Melton passes to Valentine. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Good ball movement here by Miami to the paint. That shot off. And the Bulls going the other way now. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Now here's Winslow. Here's King. And it's blocked. The pass to Melton. Here's Hammonds. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Paul George comes in for Justice Winslow. Josh Richardson's checked in for King. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Dwayne Wade. Now, here's Whiteside. He had 16 points in the win against Chicago.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds, guys. Can't forget about the fundamentals.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Carter against Nurkic. Markkanen kicks to Durant. Stolen by George. And now the fast break. George with the ball over Durant. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul.
That's something I think Paul George in the offseason is really working on, just pulling up off the dribble, maintaining great balance. Very few flaws in his offensive game.
And stolen by Richardson. Oladipo outside. To the middle. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Here's a look at some stats for Carter. He had a strong showing last season. Put up about 9 points per, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. You know, year one, he was learning the ropes. I think he's hoping to make a much bigger impact in his second campaign.
Absolutely. As a rookie, the game just goes incredibly fast. Sophomore year, things start to slow down.
Now here's Levine. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami. Down against Oladipo. To the inside. It's Richardson on the wing. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Good work defensively by Carter.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Bean passes to Dunn. Markkanen against Whiteside. Shot clock at 5. Here's Dunn. It's hauled in by the Heat. They've led by as many as 11 points. Feeds it to Oladipo. Misses from close range.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
Durant kicks to Dunn. Outside, Levine. Pass to Carter. Over Oladipo. And again, Chicago. No good. And Whiteside's got the ball here for Miami. They lead by 7. Passes it to Richardson. Oladipo outside. But they'll get another chance. And the shot goes in. And 12 points for Hassan Whiteside.
Whiteside has been the show tonight, putting up some monster numbers.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Markkanen kicks to Carter. Pass to Dunn. The wide open look for Durant. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Durant's got 13.
And just how easy is that for KD? It's just amazing, effortless, elevating, and keeping his balance. Another triple.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Dunn against Oladipo. Outside, George. Back to Oladipo. 6 to shoot. A floater, and there's the nice layup by George. He's got 10.
Now he's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
Dunn passes to Markkanen. Back to Dunn. For 3, Levine. And the rebound by Nurkic. The Heat leading by 8. Oladipo taking his time here. Dishes it to Nurkic. On the wing, George. And the pass to Nurkic. George against Durant. George, no good. Bulls trail by 8. Durant in the corner. And Durant gets double teamed. It's stolen by Oladipo. Richardson gets a wide open look. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Pass to Carter. Durant dishes to Carter. Dunn outside. Fires the 3. No good that time. The Heat go the other way with it. Left side, George. In the corner, it's Richardson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
Looks like Josh Richardson is always seeking a shot, this time looking for contact as well. Amazing how much James Johnson gets leaned on for what Miami wants to do offensively. Out of Wake Forest, a very versatile 6'8" forward, and plays a ton of positions for Eric Spoelstra.
That's good from Richardson. It just seems like James Johnson has some point forward in his game. What do you think, Brent?
I think that Eric Spoelstra has just championed that part of his game and trusts him to make the right decisions. And when your teammates have that kind of confidence in your playmaking ability, sometimes the opportunities for you to make the right pass, they grow.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And Josh Richardson continuing to develop his overall game, has such good height at the 2-guard spot.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Chicago.
And when you look at that chart, concentrate for a second on what they're not doing. They're not getting a lot of threes from the corners. That's something that has to change. Makes it much easier to defend the team when you know they can't score from the corner.
Now here's Levine. No points in the game yet for him. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Oladipo. And then Oladipo with the jam.
Oladipo pounced on the steal. Quick instincts on the defensive end.
Dunn passes to Carter. Back to Dunn. Ball's knocked loose. Carter kicks to Levine. 4 on the clock. Over Richardson. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point. Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
Markkanen misses, and the dry spell continues.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Down by 15. Levine can't hit.
I've not seen him shoot this poorly, guys, in a game this season.
Good. 12 points for Paul George.
George in there just gliding through and makes a nice move on the drive.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Markkanen. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
And Markkanen is showing the aggressiveness you like to see in a guy with his skill set. Somebody who doesn't lack confidence when he shoots the ball.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 46 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Oladipo finds George. Back to Oladipo. Tipped away and stolen by Dunn. It's stolen by Oladipo. Richardson against Dunn. Passes to George. Oladipo outside. Over Levine. Knocked away. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
Some turnovers necessary. That one, not so much.
And so it's Miami riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, how does the defense you're playing impact your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the three-point line as best as we can.
Yeah, those runouts get your guys going. Thanks a lot, Spo. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 3 steals, and 1 block. Kenny, let's start with you. What you think about the Heat?
When Paul George plays with high energy, he goes to a level others can't reach. He defends 4 and 5 positions. On the other end, it's effortless for him to create good looks. One of the most intriguing players to watch when he's on his game.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. If they're serious about cutting into this deficit, it's gut check time. Ugh. You hear that, Ernie? I'm hitting my gut. Ugh. You got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh. Gut check time, Ernie.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at the Bulls, Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. And it's Durant in at the 3 slot. Oladipo, the pass to Whiteside. Back to Oladipo. Overdone. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. 6 points for Victor Oladipo. Bulls trail by 17. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Back to Dunn. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. Number 1, the Bulls.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Knocks it loose. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. Adebayo's got his first basket.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up.
The Bulls have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
One shot.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Brent, has there ever been a player who scores more easily with less effort than Kevin Durant?
Well, I know this, Kevin, that Kevin puts in a ton of work to make it look as easily as it does. There's just nobody that can match up with KD. And when he's playing like this, he gets out into the mid-range and starts to hit a few shots. Watching him be on fire for a night is a treat. This guy is so tough to guard. He feels like he could take any challenge that the defense is going to throw at him.
Oladipo dishes to George. Back to Oladipo. Outside, George. Just 5 to shoot. And Durant sends it back.
An extremely fluid athlete with sneaky explosiveness. It's a wonder Durant doesn't block more shots.
Oladipo against Dunn. Carter kicks to Durant. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And the jam by Levine.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Hat.
Good chance to see Paul George burst that time.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers. All right, a chance to check out stats for Hassan Whiteside. Coming off a terrific season, 5th in rebounding, 5th in field goal percentage, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And he's so physical, so explosive. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he was a top 5 rebounder a season ago. Oladipo finds Whiteside. No good. Good work defensively by Carter. Down against Oladipo. Pass to Markkanen. Oladipo against Dunn. Durant for 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 3 assists in the game. Miami leading by 12. The pass to George. Over Durant. A nice shot by George. George has got 16.
His range goes out a lot further, but didn't need to on that possession.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Carter against Whiteside. Dunn outside. Kicks it to Markkanen. Just 4 to shoot. Durant for 3.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. It's a 16-point game. Levine against Richardson. Durant kicks to Levine. No good on the triple. The Heat have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Oladipo, the pass to Whiteside. Oladipo against Dunn. Oladipo with the ball. He's got 6. Dunn against Oladipo. Dunn kicks to Levine. Pass to Carter. And here is Markkanen. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Richardson. The Heat leading by 16. Passes it to George. Off target from 3-point range.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. And they dodged a bullet there.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Heat with some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Whiteside. And it's Justin Winslow in for Adebayo. Here's Melton. 7 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. Here's Durant. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And that's a 6'11" guy handling the rock. Coming off the pick. Amazing skill level on Durant's part.
Pass to Winslow. George looking over the floor. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. He kicks it to Winslow. And he's good on the 3-ball. Winslow's got 7 points in the game.
All those hours in the offseason working on the catch-and-shoot jumper, it pays off there. When he shoots it with confidence, it looks good.
Now here's Durant. 19 points in the game. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Here is Durant. Six on the shot clock. Fires from the wing. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
I can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. I'd like to see his guys step up a little more.
Here's George. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
Paul George right now 1 step ahead of his defender using the old pump fake. You know that one, Kev, the pump fake.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from George. And both free throws good for Paul George. Bulls trail by 17. It's Durant on the wing. And Holiday has it in the corner. There's the pass to Melton. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. And it's Carter missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Victor shows a little bit of touch there from the mid-range, a knockdown shooter from that spot on the floor.
It's Durant on the wing. Pass to Melton. Covered by Winslow. He tries for 3. The shot that time, not on target.
That's like milk on a hot day, just a bad decision. Absolutely no reason for him to be taking those shots.
Richardson dishes to George. From the baseline. Here's Oladipo, and he uses the glass on the layup. Oladipo's got 6 in the quarter.
I like seeing Oladipo around the rim using the lift inside.
Durant against George. Pass to Melton. Now here's Durant. He's covered closely. Shot clock at 6. Over George. And the shot is long. The Heat leading by 21. Kicks it to Richardson. His three-pointers off the mark. Outside Holiday. Pass to Melton. He dishes it to Durant. To the paint. Carter, the pass to Holiday. And again, no good by Chicago.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Richardson kicks to Oladipo. Shot from 16. A second chance effort. And Nurkic finishes inside. Nurkic has got his second basket of the night.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Durant. He's got 21. That's tipped. Nurkic with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And a look here at the shot chart for George.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around, as his energy is contagious out there right now.
The first one falls. A different look for Miami. King comes in for Josh Richardson, and Dwayne Wade subbed in for Victor Oladipo. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. He hits both from the stripe.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Defended by George. Now the feed to Valentine. To stop the drought, and that's 2 points on the layup. Valentine's got 6.
Well, that's some good O there. Always like to see them getting those interior looks.
Wade against Dunn. And George kicks to Wade. The pass to King. Now Wade. The dish now to Nurkic. Clock at 6. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
One shot, gentlemen.
And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. Bam Adebayo's checked in for George. There's 1:40 left to play in the third. Wade. Miami no good on that time either. For Chicago, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
That's his first personal foul. 5th team foul. Shooting for Chicago, Chris Dunn. 2 shots.
2.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw. And here are the Heat now. They're on a 17-7 run. He kicks to Winslow. Pass to Adebayo. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound in this one. Inside. Feeds it to Levine. Off on the layup.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
King, the pass to Nurkic. Here's Wade. Just 5 to shoot. Down low.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Well, Chicago has gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Got that one up quick. 6 points for Zach LaVine.
Just a little bit off in the first, but he's been anything but that here in the second quarter. Really impressive to see him turn it around like that. Just not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. It's stolen by Wade. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Passes it to King. Got a hand on it. Dunn looking over the floor. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Chris Dunn. 2 shots.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. That one is no good. Here's Wade. He's got 8. Kicks it to Nurkic. Shoots over Markkanen. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by Wade. Wade's got his 4th assist in this one. It's off. And so it's Miami in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. D-Wade out there with King. Then it's Justice Winslow. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, home in the paint. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now here's King. Nurkic in the post. Tries again. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Here's Holiday. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Pass to Hammonds. 6 on the shot clock. Hits it from three-point range. Hammonds got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Bulls. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Nurkic kicks to Winslow. Here's Whiteside. He hits it from 9.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
One thing I like about Adam Silver, he is always looking to break new ground, push the envelopes, and develop new areas of innovation.
Well, always forward thinking, and of course this league has always done that. Adam has found a new position in the league, having a chief innovation officer in place, somebody that's always examining not only how things are going in the league and maybe being adaptable to change, but examining what's going on worldwide. And you always see the way the league tinkers with and toys with Summer League and the way the G League competition sets up in order to try to find more ways to make the game more enjoyable or more accessible to the fan base.
And we may have an injury here that does not look good.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yep, you can do all the stretching and all the strength training, eat right, train right, but at the end of the day, it's pretty random.
Adebayo is checked in for the Heat.
Number 11. At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. They are now showing NBA games in virtual reality. You and I have actually seen some examples of that. They can recreate almost any angle. Have you gotten a headset?
I haven't gotten a headset, Kevin, but I have watched it. You and I have talked about it several times.
Many times.
It's an amazing experience, and it will only get better. But I really think about if I was a kid growing up in Germany or Italy, and I had an opportunity to pull on a pair of goggles and to watch the game's greatest players from a seat at half court or the cameras that they set up underneath the goal at either end. What a fantastic way to be enveloped by the NBA game.
It's a cool view.
It's a very cool view, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah. Here's Adebayo. The Bulls knocking down the 3. Tries it from 9. Rebound by Hammonds. Hammonds got 6 rebounds in the game.
And right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
Here's Melton. Now, here's Valentine. Covered by Winslow. The 3. The shot by Valentine, no good. Miami leading by 19 points. Wade outside, taken away. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And nicely done, running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
Now, here's Wade. The shot's good. And the Heat lead by 19.
There's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there to the open man.
Here's Melton. Now the pass to Holiday. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 8 rebounds in this game. Wade passes to King. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. And here's the upcoming schedule now for the Miami Heat. They'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Tuesday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Atlanta Hawks.
And looking at that Timberwolves matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And even though Father Time Brent has taxed Wade on his athleticism quite a bit, you can still see glimpses of it when it matters most.
That seems to be the way of Wade right now, is waiting for the moments, the bigger moments, to step up and hit big shots or make the right play. He won't make plays as often as he once did throughout the course of a regular season game, but instill some confidence in his teammates on the floor come crunch time.
The first free throw is good. There's no longer a home and road designation as far as light and dark jerseys. Is that an issue at all? I mean,
not really. It's a little off-putting some games where you just flip on and your
trying
brain's
to figure out where they are. Exactly.
Where's this game being played?
Yes.
But with how many alternate jerseys last year teams had and specialty jerseys they had, it's a lot of fun to see the apparel companies paint a different picture on the floor.
And both free throws good for Wade. Adam Silver has said there's probably more basketball being watched and played, Brent, in China than anywhere else in the world. How long before you think we see our next Chinese superstar in this league?
That's going to be interesting when that does happen. Obviously, the type of mark that Yao Ming made in the NBA, it's going to be hard for anybody to match the kind of impact, not just in the game, but what he did globally for the NBA. It just won't happen again. But I'm looking forward to, heck, not just the next Chinese player, but a Japanese player, somebody from India where they love the NBA game, to start to find their way onto rosters in the league.
They're coming. I mean, there's going to be someone before long.
No doubt.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly. Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Richardson kicks to Wade. Overdone. Miami no good on that time either. And here's Levine, who brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Inside. And there's Dunn on the assist by Levine. Levine's got his third assist on the night. Wade outside. Pass to Adebayo. Durant against Winslow. Here's Nurkic. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
As the league's star power grows, we see more players taking on roles in entertainment, which is kind of interesting. Do you think that's a distraction at all?
Did you know that I was in a movie myself, Kevin?
Why do you think I'm bringing this up? You have firsthand knowledge of this stuff. Your fingerprints are all over this question.
Yeah, not a distraction. No, I mean, come on. It's an opportunity for guys to go.
It was fun, right? You loved your experience, didn't you?
I did love my experience. I did a couple commercials when I was in Los Angeles. It's a lot of fun.
And you were good.
You're amazing, Kevin. Thank you.
They won, and they won awards.
Thank you. The things did win awards.
I know.
You're very kind. It's not a distraction, though. These guys are kids. They want to to do things. They want to do things musically. They want to be on stage. They want to be in movies. They want to do TV shows.
Why helps the league and notoriety and everything?
Why not?
Here's Levine after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Outside, Levine. This is DeMarkinen. Back to Levine. Bulls moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Dunn attacking. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. That's in. Coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Okay, time now for an injury report. Now David Aldridge has an update for us on Hassan Whiteside. David, what's the news?
Kevin caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Heat. He told me that in his opinion, the injury does not appear to be too serious. He's definitely out for the rest of tonight, and he'll probably need some recovery time beyond that. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, D.A. Well, it's never easy for a player to go through what he's experiencing, Greg, right now.
But it is something that happens to almost every player. He's strong enough mentally to get through it. This we know.
Yeah, sometimes off the court, you work harder than you do preparing for a regular game. He'll get himself ready to go. Look forward to when he gets back on the court.
The players are talking about the new sports science. Better sleep, recovery after lifting, playing, traveling, whatever it is. They say it's making a difference. What do you think?
I think it only makes a difference if the guys put it into practice, Kevin. Like as much information as they can hand out in a team meeting and sort of give you directives about how it is you should rest and when it is you can get your sleep. Players won't see those benefits unless they're as disciplined as they are with trying to get better in the offseason as they are with making sure that they get proper rest to be at their athletic best for competition.
3 on the clock. Poke loose, and now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Oh, yeah, and if you didn't think Oladipo could fill the lane in transition, he answered your questions there.
Chicago has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Passes to Durant. Out of bounds, Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession.
Bulls ball.
Levine kicks to Dunn. It's Durant on the wing. Over George.
Well, Paul George showing off his defensive prowess right there. Full energy, full focus, and a nice contest.
It's Oladipo on the wing. Here's Nurkic. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now, here's Markkanen trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. From 13, and that one comes up a bit short. For Chicago, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. And it's Durant missing, and here are the Heat now. They're on an 18-7 run. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You see Justice Winslow get into that low defensive stance. Signals kind of like he did at Duke, slap the floor and be ready for a defensive possession.
And Winslow about 6'7", 225, but Brent, it seems like he plays a lot bigger.
Yeah, it does feel like that sometimes. He gets lots of minutes at the power forward position and tries to rebound like a 4, and when he gets it, he can rip it down and run it up the court.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Winslow. This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey. Advertising, more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're unintrusive.
Some teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys. But
billboard.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
Well, Chicago has gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Oladipo against Dunn. Right side, Levine. Shot clock at 5. Knocked away. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo. The Heat making a switch here. Adebayo's checked in. Durant for 3. Miami grabs the miss. And here's Oladipo. They get a hand on it.
And that's his fourth, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Victor Oladipo. 2.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas that these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into the season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
The Heat shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense. And George kicks to Adebayo. Nails the baby hook.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Dunn passes to Carter. Now here's Durant. Over George. And the Bulls with another miss.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
Got to be some consideration here for a different rotation because the matchups right now just not favorable.
And that one, good.
That's good defense, but like we say, better offenses. Paul George doesn't even think about the kick out. He wants to get those points.
Now here's Markkanen. It's stolen by Oladipo. Pass to King. Commissioner Adam Silver has balanced his comments between wanting parity, Brent, and recognizing there are always going to be super teams. Is there middle ground there?
Is there middle ground?
I don't know.
I don't think so. You would like to have some of the teams just be more competitive than they are, but some of the creative, circuitous routes that teams have taken to put themselves into position to get better, younger talent has decimated.
What do you call that?
I don't have a term for it.
Okay.
I don't like the one that's used, so
Yeah.
I don't have a term for it. Let's just call it setting yourself up for the future, Kevin.
Looking ahead.
Yes, exactly. So I just don't think you'll ever get it. You do hope that some of the starving franchises do have some success for the fans who have they've had to bear a lot. So you root for them.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Heat.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for George.
Well, he really contributed down there on the offensive end. Seemed like he was hitting anything he was putting up.
That's good from Durant.
Kind of tough to be a big wing in the LeBron James era. You're constantly compared to what it is he does, but Durant has risen to that challenge and uniquely qualified to be an elite player.
And Miami making a change here. Richardson's checked in. And both free throws good for Durant. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the pass to Richardson. King outside. He kicks it to Green. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
Here is Carter, the Heat getting the bucket. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, the great ones can do this. When Durant gains an advantage inside, you know he's going to score or he's going to get fouled.
Two.
The first one falls. Durant hits them both. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Kicks it to Oladipo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Oladipo, a guy who can live at the line with his power and explosiveness around the glass.
Victor Oladipo. 2.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Oladipo.
2013, Victor Oladipo heard his name second in that draft. One of the best shooting guards in the league and getting better.
Oladipo hits them both. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now done. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, what does tonight's performance say about the confidence of this team?
Just we're pretty good. We play great together. You know, and we play well together as a team. So when we do that, it's easier for us to beat teams.
Victor Wondermatha, thank you, my man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you later.